Republican Congressman Tom Price joins us live here in Washington. Congressman Price spoke at a Tea Party today, and of course I should add as a doctor. I don't know why I just gratuitously add, but it makes a good point. You worked hard for it, so the viewers ought to know about it. Okay, I understand why the poor people aren't paying taxes, but in that 47% who are not paying taxes, does that include other people?
Well, the tax rate that we have is really very, very progressive, and so the folks at the top end of the spectrum, the top 1% pay about 40% of the taxes. The top 5%, I believe, pay about 90% of the taxes. So it really is remarkably progressive. But then folks were out there today complaining not just about the taxes that are going on, but about the spending that's going on, and the $1.4 trillion in deficit last year, $1.6 trillion this year. People know that can't continue.
But one of the things that people are talking about today is that there's a segment of the population who makes a salary, not the very poor, but a segment of the population who is able to manipulate the system, gets some sort of tax credits and everything, so ultimately don't pay any taxes.
Well, there's certainly some of that. We've got a lot of tax credits that are going on right now, and we need a broader and thinner tax code or a fair tax. I'm a big supporter of the national retail sales tax and get rid of the IRS completely. But the kind of anger that we've seen today is not just about taxes. It's about the size of government, the reach of government, the scope of government.
Well, here's what I don't get. Senator Wyden and Senator Gregg, bipartisan, one Republican, one Democrat, have proposed in the Senate a way to revamp the tax code. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but it's an uphill battle to get the Senate to consider it. Every single member of Congress I've spoken to, every single member of the Senate says, we got to do something about taxes. You guys got the power. Why don't you do something about taxes?
Well, it ought to be done. And in fact, the president has said explicitly that he believes something ought to be done about taxes. But in fact, what he's doing is increasing taxes. And that's why people are so irate. And that's why they're not going to let up.
So what's going to, I mean, can't you do it? I mean, the tax code, first of all, is insane. I mean, no one understands it. Maybe somebody does. But I mean, it's incredibly dense.
Nobody understands.
All right, nobody understands. I don't understand. It's dense. Why isn't there movement on the Hill to revamp it? And
there's huge movement. On the Republican side, we've been clamoring to be able to have an opportunity to get in there and fundamentally reform taxes. You'll remember about a decade ago there was this big debate between whether we ought to have a flat tax or a fair tax, and then that faded away. But the fact of the matter is we cannot continue with our current tax structure because you can't tax people enough the way that the Democrats want to do so and get the kind of money that you need to run the government to the level that needs to be run.
So if there is no change in the tax code, what's going to happen?
Well, we go bankrupt. Yeah, you can't spend the kind of money that this administration and Speaker Pelosi and the folks in charge right now are spending without fundamental reforms of both tax revenue and spending. You got to decrease the spending.
What do they say when you tell them that?
Well, I'm not sure what they actually believe because they keep spending this money, and in fact they say that they aren't interested in spending more money, but they keep spending the money. So it's tough because 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4 up here right now, and that's the problem. And that's why the American people are so irate and livid.
Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thank you.